Hello, Ocho Libre here, and today I want to tell you about Ted Gall. Ted is a sculptor who lives in Ojai, California, and if you've ever been to Ojai, you've probably seen his sculpture of a horse, which is at the entry to town. It's this really cool, it's an inch thick steel plate, about 10 feet tall, and kind of has this really muscular, yet at the same time like a deconstructed look. And when you see some of Ted's other sculptures, you'll sort of understand how it's in his style. Anyway, I always thought it was really handsome, and if you go to Ojai, take a look. I recently went to his studio in Ojai, which he often opens up with the Ojai Artists Association. I think I've probably been there 5 times, but what you can see here is one of his common themes, which is a fish head. And if you look here, you can see where the hinge is, and the head actually opens up, as do many of his sculptures. Here you can see Ted with the head open on one of his sculptures, and if you look closely, you can see the little people climbing the stairs up into the video screen. And the video is actually attached to a little tiny computer, and he programs the videos that go in there. In Ted's words, he says, although a lot of his work is about the human body, he uses his imagination in combination with mythology and folk tales and comes up with these incredible sculptures that just provoke the imagination. At least they do for me. Look at this guy. It's two. First of all, look on top. It's an electrical plug, the male and female side. And then you have these two heads staring at each other with some sort of apparatus that comes out of their brain, and these little people with suitcases walking in and people all around. I think they're just fascinating. Ted's studio is my fantasy. He's got this big property in Ojai with incredible cactus gardens and these two sort of concrete block garage workshop / studios where he has some of his big sculpture. He does some very large scale stuff as well, and you can see he's got this gigantic steel hoist thing for moving these things around. There's a man in the double-ended boat with his legs sticking through. Shot of Ted with the same sculpture. Is that cool or what? Here's a shot inside the studio. I'm guessing these are wooden plywood models of the Ojai horse. And he's got every kind of tool known to man, wood shop and steel and welders. And he makes these, you can see all the red things are wax models. So he makes those, and then he makes the castings from those models, however they do that whole casting process. And the grounds, another miniature version of the Ojai horse. Even when you walk down the driveway to Ted's studio, it's just, lush garden of cactuses and sculptures, and it's just a fun experience. If you ever get the chance to see his studio, I highly suggest you take a look. Look at that man with his face coming off of his head. So there you have it, another art adventure with Ocho Libre. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Check out OchoLibre.com. Thank you very much.